first of all, big up to Mr. Box Office for appearing. He messaged me. He said, I'm hearing too much rubbish. I need to come on here and crash it on people. The main event has got some things to say. So just because obviously, Kota Takai, we're on that. We're on summer signings so far. Box Office, what do you feel about the summer signings that we've got in so far? And also, have your say on what you wasn't happy with what you heard.
I love how we do revisionism. Well, revisionism with some people on this panel that are just twerking for this fan base. Let's just say that because they just want to get a quick subscribe on their channels, maybe. You know what I mean? Because honestly, I mean, what sense are we talking about here? You know what I mean? What did he do in 6 months? Absolutely goddamn nothing. But he's got so much potential. I've never heard such absolute nonsense in my whole life. You know what I mean? You should be looking at me, by the way, not Hotspur Cave. You know who I'm talking about right now. I'm looking at you right now. I'm looking at you right now. No. The way speaking, I heard you little rubbish. I heard you little rubbish. I heard you little rubbish. No. Subscribe too much of I heard you little rubbish earlier. You know what I mean? Because you think you're big now. You're not big time anymore, bruv. Yeah, not big time. Anyway, but moving on, right? Yeah, I'll just need to remind people, right? What do we think about Harry Winks before? Yeah,
looks like Archie.
Harry Winks never got the chance to grow under Thomas Frank.
What do we think of Harry Winks? He was good enough, wasn't he? He was a backup, wasn't he? Yeah. What do we think about Eric Dyer? What do we think about Sanchez? What do we think about Human Wook, whatever his name is? Sorry if I butchered his name. Yeah, that came from South Korea.
Hyuk.
Yeah, Yangmin Hook. Well, what do we think about him? Yeah, the backup. Yeah, what do we think about?
I think that they've all been not treated right the way that Tommy would treat them. Like,
what do we think about some of the signings we got last season that were young players? Yeah, that were backups. Yeah, and now all I'm seeing is, we can't get too angry because we got a player that's covering Romero and Van der Ven, who were injured most of the season last season. That was our problem, basically, last season. Remember that? Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm fed up with people.
If they were fit,
what we want is people to compete. I don't care if I don't want
world players. That's a reality without Thomas Frank.
No, wait. I don't understand.
Wait just a minute. Wait just a minute, because I know I trigger a lot of people. I know I trigger a lot of people when I speak, but I need to finish. The point I'm making. The point is I'm making though. I want people to compete. For their place, because last season we had players that weren't competing for their place. We had Romero getting back into the team when he didn't deserve to get back in the team. We had Van der Ven getting back into the team when he didn't deserve to get back into the team. We had players that were who were living on their past performances. I'm sorry, and that's why we're 17th with 38 points. I'm sorry.
Frank will make it right.
And that's all I've got to say.
Wait. I have to ask this question. So, man is saying they got back into the team when they didn't deserve to get back into the team, which would have stated that in the lead up to them getting back into the team, their performances would have had to have been horrid. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, well, that was fair to say. There was.
Okay,
so you telling me that Romero had a good season last season then?
No. Yeah. Stay on track. Yes.
No, I'm staying on track. No, okay, I'm staying on track.
Let me ask the questions first, yeah, and don't ask me about no season because I'm not talking about season. You said that they got back into the team on the basis of they just got back into the team. There was no competition. So before Mickey got back into the team, he had poor performances leading up to his injury, or
but he wasn't that great last season, wasn't he?
I'm not asking about the season. I asked in the lead up, getting back into the team. Was he injured or was he out of form?
He wasn't. Okay, regardless where I don't know where this is going.
No. Alex, you can't ask questions and then not answer them.
Or was he out of form? That's what I asked.
It was all right. But like I said, like we had defenders that were on form with Davies and Dragusin at the time, right? Okay, we had.
The look was great. The lean forward was crazy.
Well, they're all right because they're on our best wins, right?
United, you've not. Box Office been coming onto these boardroom talks for the past 6 months, saying that Davies is I'm just adding that in so he knows that you're a big Davies fan.
I'm happy for man.
Double D is a mad
to
madness.
stake,
Though, I'm just saying.
I'm happy for man to stake his argument and make his case. So, according to you, Davies and Dragusin were on form. Fair?
Well, on form. Because
So-
in our best wins, they were our centre backs. Because it wasn't Romero and Van der Ven, weren't they?
So our best wins were what?
Man City 4-0.
And then
Brentford 2-0.
okay, so they were back to back, right?
No, weren't back to back, no. But I'm saying that in our best wins that were people waxing lyrical about,
Okay.
right?
I wasn't.
Right? Well, I wasn't either, babe. Don't worry, because
Okay,
I was hand out very, very early, by the way. But anyway, moving on. Because that's the past.
You're saying the best wins.
Hey, there's one.
The 2-0 and the 4-0.
Yeah.
And in between that time, because the season was a blur, of course, because of all the losses. Yeah, but in between that time period, just help me understand. In that bracket of games, how many games was it? 5, maybe 6 games, in which you were saying they were on form, right?
Well, yeah, because they were carrying. Well, most of our defense. We had
the results.
A form table at the very least is based on 5 games. At the very least, a form table. If you're gonna go on form or who's on form, 9 times out of 10 they're gonna refer back to your last 5 games. If in those 5 games that we're talking about these 2 defenders being on form, you're gonna look at hopefully Europa League might be in there, so maybe they got a victory there. I can't remember the run of games. But if you're gonna say those guys were in form and then Romero and Mickey come back into the fold, what, the Chelsea game? Is that fair to say?
Yeah, they came back, got rushed in. They got rushed in and Dragusin dropped. Remember that?
Okay.
Dragusin was ass, by the way. Let's not act like he was any
Wait,
good.
Wait a minute. Okay,
Dragusin being dropped.
Drag ass
is subjective. For me personally, the guy was ass. But whatever. They got rushed. That's correct. They got rushed by the manager. In the time that they got rushed by the manager, Romero got injured in the first half. If I'm right, he got injured when we were like 2-0 up or 2-1
versus Chelsea.
Yeah, against Chelsea, the Chelsea game.
Yeah, 15 minutes,
Yeah, 15 minutes in, so he got rushed back, but we were 2-0 up. Yeah, man don't want to talk about, these man were just picked. They had no competition. Like, we were 2-0 up against Chelsea. Who came on for Romero? Anyone remember?
Dragusin, I think, or something like that. Yeah,
The informed centre-back. The informed centre-back that shouldn't have lost his form came in.
Yeah,
and then it was helter-skelter from that point.
I don't know your name. Because it's just Scott Hall. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Right. Mr. Box Office, Alex. If you want to know, but Mr. Box Office. Mr. Box Office, because you don't want to. You don't deserve to know Alex by now. You don't want to know Alex. You don't want to know Alex. It's Mr. Box Office to you, but no friend. No. It's Mr. Box Office. Thank you to you. Anyway, moving on. No. I'll take it as an insult that you call me Alex because you don't deserve. No, but you don't. No, it's Mr. Box Office to you. Anyway, moving on quickly because you're not my friend. Anyway, moving on. My point is anyway. Yeah.
Talk about this form that this.
By the way, I just want to answer if you let me speak. But anyway, moving on. But the point is though,